G'day everybody, welcome back to Starfield. Hope you guys are doing well. Now, the previous episode we managed to make contact with the external contact of Ryujin Industries, and he apparently has some information about some kind of a big deal between Deimos and I forget what they're called now, another company that we might actually be interested in, or Ryujin Industries might actually be interested in. So we're out here trying to get that information from him. He's sort of making it difficult for us. We could have persuaded him, I suppose, to get that info, or we could have perhaps just paid our way to get the info, but he is willing to give up the info if we do him a bit of a favor here. So in exchange for the information, we need to find some bounty hunter, I believe, by the name of Malay Liskova. And we need to bring her gun back to him, to Simon, this Simon guy who's our contact. Yeah, essentially get rid of someone who's basically trying to track Simon down, and we're gonna try and do that. Hopefully it doesn't mean that we get a bounty on our heads as a result, but we'll have to see. So we're gonna get to that, and then I think maybe for the rest of the episode we could look at doing a whole bunch of activities which we've got listed. Obviously we've done stuff like that before, but I think we might have a few more activities to try and do. So anyway, we need to make our way back to Saturn's orbit. I guess we are here in Sol, we just need to go to Saturn, and let's see if we can find this bounty hunter.
That's bad enough. State your business or I open fire. That's more like it. So, tell me what you're doing here. I'll decide whether or not to strip you for salvage.
I'm here to save your life.
Oh yeah? From what? You're the only thing around here that looks like a threat to me. So, give me one good reason why I shouldn't feed you to the void.
I'm here to discuss an alternative way, aside from killing you.
Alright, who sent you? I'm not going to sit here and believe you found me to start threatening me out of convenience.
Simon Rychek sent me.
I knew it. You'd think by now he'd realize how futile his efforts are. And you think you can somehow, what, get him to forget a 5-year grudge?
Don't you want Simon to leave you alone?
I admit, it'd be nice to be able to relax a bit.
What's this grudge about?
What are you, a therapist? It's none of your business.
Aw, man. Just wanted a little bit of juicy goss, that's all. Look, Simon will stop if he believes you're dead.
Perhaps, but just how do you propose we manage that? Because I intend on staying very much alive.
Simon wants your gun as proof of death.
He wants the very thing that protects my life. Of course he does. He knows I would never... All right. You can have Ember. But you'll have to come aboard to get her. You have my word you won't be harmed, for whatever that's worth.
Interesting. Alright. Let's do this. I mean, we could be walking into a trap straight up. But I think we'll be prepared for that. Yeah, hopefully there's a way to sort of not have to kill her.
Normalized and we're docked.
But you know, if we have to, we will take her out. I wonder if we should source up here to prepare for some persuasion. Might not be a bad idea. Speaking of sourcing up, I actually don't have a lot of alcohol to drink. Actually, we do have like a lot of beers and whiskeys, but those don't exactly give us the same effects. Malay.
I'm impressed. Simon managed to find someone with guts to come after me. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants Ember as proof of this. He knows I'd never part with her.
What's the deal with you and Simon? There has to be more to it.
We were a thing for a while. Until the coward sold me out. I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on my life. And now, I live to blackmail him and make his life a living hell. So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive and suffering.
Jeez, okay. I guess she's a jealous girlfriend or something? What's the story behind Ember?
The first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. She saved my life more times than I care to remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'll take her off your hands.
Oh, will you? You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship.
Oh, well, we're ready for you, but if you want to come out of this deal alive, I'd rethink your position.
I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind.
I've taken on a lot worse. Are you sure you know how this ends?
Oh, I'm sure.
Is that gun really worth dying over? Think about it.
As much as I love her, you're right. Perhaps I've acted a little too hasty. Okay, fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Ember, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different?
How do I know I can trust you?
I already gave you Ember, and the truth is, you don't. Something you may want to keep in mind next time you make a deal with a total stranger.
Oh, we make deals with total strangers all the time. Just keep up your end of the deal, please.
Oh, don't worry. I see this as some well-needed, dare I say, deserved time off. I'm looking forward to the fresh start. I guess Simon chose wisely. For once. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange and a vacation to plan.
A vacation? I wonder if she'd end up sort of going to Paradiso or something. We'll take your creds. Why not? for all the trouble that you're causing us. Okay, a very tiny ship though, isn't it? Oh, actually there's a little bit more down here. Carry of the Cosmos. I can't remember if we've seen that. Yeah, we'll consume all of your stuff. Yeah, very nice, small, compact ship, isn't it? Anyway, enough admiration. Time to leave. And we should actually check on this Ember weapon. Who knows, it might be kind of cool. I would like to perhaps use it a little bit before we hand it over. Let's undock, and I guess she's going to just leave this place.
That's a clean break. Ready to go.
Yeah, there she goes. Alright. Let me take a look at that weapon. Oh, okay, so it's like a modified solstice. Cool. What I'll do is I'll actually replace the Nova Light for a second. We'll use Ember and we'll just, you know, play around with it a little bit before we actually turn it into Simon Rychek. Now we do need to return to him, but I think we can put that on ice for a second and see if we can continue with other stuff. And I'm definitely a little bit more interested in... I thought we had... Oh yes, here we go. We've got a normal sort of bounty mission here that we could sink our teeth into. That'll give us the opportunity to also just play around with Ember a little bit as well.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Righto. So, these guys. Let's just ignore them. Let's do it. Done quite a bit of damage there. Very nice. Let's see if they have some like ship parts and stuff. I'll gladly take a few. And for some reason we don't really have full power in our lasers, so
Grab,
just
jump, ready, and
drop one more in there. A little bit of aluminium. I'll probably not worry about the aluminium, to be honest, because I think we might have quite a bit in storage. Very good. We still don't know why we're wanted from the very beginning of the game, right? Because that's one of the things that we chose for our character. But perhaps maybe we might find out at some point. Let's see. We need to get ourselves to the Crimson Fleet Haunt. Let's do it. way too easy. Alright, we didn't even have to sort of make planetfall or anything like that, so we haven't really used that solstice, which is not the greatest. Would like to be able to use it. Maybe if we can find like some kind of point of interest or something. Okay, this has nothing at all. Abandoned bionics lab. What about this? Nothing at all. Alright, well... Nope. Why not? Let's fast travel to that lab. We'll land and we'll just have a look around, loot, you know, do all that sort of stuff, because I am keen on finding some weapons, as I mentioned in the previous episode, just as an option or alternative to some of the weapons that we've been using for many episodes now.
We're locked in and landing.
Sweet. Alright. Apparently this place is abandoned. I have no idea if we're gonna find like Crimson Fleet or any other faction here. I'll actually bring Ko with me because I want to start sort of improving a relationship with him, and also, you know, we'll probably start asking him some questions about his past and whether or not he's got anything for us to do related to his quest line.
Hi.
If we can bloody find him, that is. Jeez. Oh yeah, everyone's just hanging out here.
You are straight out of one of those film noir novels. Working undercover and thwarting the bad guys. Just walking around the key makes my skin crawl. How'd you pull it off?
The decisions I had to make were terrible. I'm glad it's over.
Sistef put us in some shitty situations, that is for certain. I mean, don't get me wrong, helping Sistef was never on my bucket list. Commander Akande, he really wasn't as much of a tight ass as I was expecting. And ultimately, he had your back, so I guess here's to Sistef.
Sistef was the lesser evil. It's as simple as that.
I don't know. This time, they were kind of the good guys, right? I just wanted to say, when we first teamed up, I had a good feeling about you. But this... you really helped people. Helped everyone. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Sweet. Well,
Hey, good to see you.
you're coming on an adventure with me
I'm
right
always
now.
up for adventure, friend.
Let's do it. And let's actually leave. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that we don't exit from here, do we? Exit from here.
Well, not every rock is swimming in nitrogen and O2.
Alright, hope that he's actually armed. Oh god. Alright, definitely enemies about, I guess. Let's look around a little bit. There have definitely been some people around. Ooh, okay, yep. We've got a few targets to try this gun on. It makes you wonder, though, what would have happened if we sided with the Crimson Fleet and whether or not their presence would be more prevalent, or whether or not, you know, there would be... perhaps maybe less UC presence throughout the settled systems. That could also be an outcome, potentially. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any additional stuff that would be of interest. Let's make our way into this structure. Oh, our ship is way too big for this place as well. It's already clipping in. Yeah, I've always wondered actually what happens if we build a ship that's too big. I feel like I have perhaps accidentally stumbled into a situation while building the ship where we found the ship to be too big, or the ship that we were building to be a little bit too big for what we were allowed to make. And I think the game actually just tells you that, you know, the ship's too big. This is a really cool gun. I really like it. I don't know, I'm sort of hoping that we get to keep this.
Come back here. How I got away.
Yeah, impressive. I want it. Ooh, that was some wine. I should have kept that. Okay, so I guess these guys have just taken out all of the scientists in the area. Feel bad for all of these guys.
Time to tango.
Ooh, digipicks. I definitely want more digipicks. Huh, okay. I guess this place is bigger than it looks. From the outside, at least.
Knew I'd find you.
Gonna get your blood pumping, huh?
Delgado's Directive. Let's actually take a look at that. I'm not entirely sure if we've seen that. Or maybe we have. Miscellaneous items. D. Notes. Oh yeah, okay. We have seen it. My bad. I'm sort of thinking that perhaps we might see some new slates or directives from... Oh, wow. Sam. Just being pretty brutal there. But yeah, I'm hoping that we might see something that talks about what happened to Neva, because we never captured her, right? So
Waste not, need not.
we assume that she's still out there somewhere, and maybe we might even get the chance to meet her again and perhaps maybe take her down or bring her in once and for all. Glad we haven't come across any safes and stuff. I really don't want to have to do too much digi-picking and stuff, but I'm sure that's going to happen sooner rather than later. Alright. Let's go deeper. See what we can actually find within the lower parts of the facility. Yeah, it's nice. Nice to load up on more ammo, more aid-related items.
Holy sh! I ain't never getting used to that.
Milk stout. Yeah, still sounds disgusting. I don't know if it's a real thing. Something going on here. Research notes. Ballistic endurance test 004. Robots A17, A18, and B7 have been given new shielding. The results of the ballistic endurance tests are as follows. Robot A17, catastrophic failure after 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Robot A18, catastrophic failure after 2 minutes and 0 seconds. Robot B7, catastrophic failure after 3 minutes and 7 seconds. These results are not a significant improvement from ballistic endurance test 003. Wonder what they were researching here. I mean, I guess a new type of shielding. Crimson Fleet sightings. There have been growing concerns regarding Crimson Fleet presence in the area. I hope this message will allay your fears. Yes, it's true that some Crimson Fleet have been spotted in our system. This is not cause for concern, however. Although it may seem likely they are approaching our location, this is impossible. You have all been assured that this facility and your work is top secret. This is still the case and will not change. Even if the Crimson Fleet land on the planet, our location is still entirely secret. I assure you that you will all remain perfectly safe. Okay, famous last words. In the event of an emergency, you will all be notified as soon as possible of evacuation procedures. However, I do not anticipate ever having to take such measures. Please continue your research as normal. If you have any further concerns, please speak with me directly. Thank you, Chief Scientist Feldman. Well, he completely failed, didn't he? Crimson Fleet sightings update. All scientists should be advised that the pirates we have been monitoring have landed planetside. While this is a worrisome development, work will resume as normal. We are monitoring the situation and will update everyone on an emergency protocol should it be deemed necessary. However, as for now, you are all expected to resume work. Please refrain from spreading panic amongst your coworkers and yourselves and keep conduct professional at all times. Thank you, Chief Scientist Feldman. Man, I mean, what needs to happen before they go into emergency mode? Like Crimson Fleet literally knocking on the front door? Because that seems to have happened, and as a result, all of these scientists have died. Jeez.
Are your whales speaking?
It's not going anywhere. Should be able to bottom this the action shows.
Good. A couple more tweaks to the defense system's core logic. We should be up and running.
Let's get it right this time. My last run with this Model T was done.
Don't worry. I actually know what I'm doing. Guys,
What?
enough games!
Alright. We're in for a bit more of a fight here.
Massive damage.
Well, they don't need it.
You're right there, Co.
You're done.
Need my
Okay, we
friend
got
here to
people
teach you manners.
way down there, so might need to try and make our way there somehow. Oh, they seem to have forgotten about us, so it's a good sign. Infantry Alpha. Why not? Let's use that. You know, I know addiction is a thing in these games, but we haven't exactly come across any problems with addiction at all, have we? We've been drinking so much wine, so much alcohol, yet we've not had like a thing tell us that we're addicted to any of that. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe there's like specific things that you have to have before you would actually be addicted to something. Yeah, maybe it's like only specific things, like maybe Aurora, for example. Okay, maybe that looks good. Yeah, maybe something like that. We'll worry about the Urban Eagle. Yeah, this looks okay. I mean, that looks good as well. Yeah, I think that works. Sweet. Alright, let's update friend-foe settings, recalibrate, and let's activate the units.
You, doing the thing? Hell, I
Yep.
got no idea how hackers speak.
Yep, I'm doing the thing.
I thought I heard...
Creating a bit of a distraction, which is nice. We looted this guy, yep.
Cover me! Pay for that! Not worth it!
You need to leave this area. You are not allowed.
Right, very good. Crimson Fleet dealt with in its entirety, actually. So, no need to worry anymore. A pizza square. Yum. Plus 100 damage resist. Sure, let's take some of that. More pizza squares. How did they find us? We were promised that all of this was supposed to be secret. How did the Crimson Fleet find us? Everyone kept bullshitting us, telling us that, telling us what we wanted to hear, promising us that we'd be safe, that the pirates have no idea where we are. All they ever cared about was this useless project. Now the fleet have us trapped and we're all going to die for some research that no one was supposed to know anything about. Typical upper management. Okay, it looks like these guys were a bunch of scientists and engineers, I suppose. They were like testing out modifications to all these robots and stuff. Take all of that. And I think that's it, right?
Grab everything useful.
Let's make our way through here. Oh, actually, no, this comes all the way around. Right, time to go downstairs. See what we can find here.
Warning, vacate this area. Is well equipped for combat. Will potential hostile detected. Activating combat protocols.
I assume these guys are not really going to turn on us. You never know.
Warning, I will not hesitate to use force.
Alright, anything else of interest?
This area
Maelstrom, frag mine, I'll take all of those. Yeah, I'm thinking of perhaps maybe getting to a point where we can make our own robots as well for some of the outposts that we create. That'd kind of be cool, hopefully.
You are not allowed in this area. You need to leave this area.
Okay, goes even deeper. Oh, right, there's still more. Well, let's take that damage resist then. More beer, which is nice. Let's see. Might reserve this one for the back line. Okay, this is a little bit confusing. That goes there. Then we've got a little bit of a problem fitting anything else. If we do that, that, still a problem. This is also a problem if I fit it into the back line, because I can't really find any pieces that are going to be used for the last two sections there. Maybe we use this for the front line in that case. That looks alright. That looks alright as well. But maybe that's better. Now. Yeah, okay. Good.
Gonna take you apart!
Keep clear. All systems.
Solomon's Reserve.
Coming up.
System failure.
I'll eat all the food. I wonder if it might not be a bad idea to invest in the food recovery perks, because we do find food out while exploring very, very often, and you know, you could essentially just like eat your fill to try and recover health instead of trying to waste med packs. Very nice. Do we want to take the gold and the nickel? Maybe. Alright, we are over encumbered though.
You want me to carry something for you?
Absolutely. You, my friend. Oh my god. I just realized that he's got a lot of stuff though. Oh, but he can carry more. So yeah, man, you can take all of the resources, please. Sweet.
So long.
And at some point, we're going to have to, you know, get him to give us all those resources when we're on the ship or something. Okay. Nice. Probably the safest place to keep all of your creds. Right. I think we're done here. I do see this elevator thingy. I don't know where it takes us, but maybe back to the surface somewhere. Alright, so that was decent. A nice little jaunt. Let's get back onto the ship and... I don't know. Do we want to maybe get Ko to give us all of his stuff and pop it onto the ship? Might not be a bad idea. We do have some of our own stuff that needs to go in there, right? So... there he is.
Hello.
You know, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
Let's trade.
I'll carry anything you need. Well, within reason.
Yeah, let's take all of the resources from Sam. And we'll get him to stick around on the ship for a little bit more, because I think he's probably going to get in the way a little bit while we go back to our Ryujin duties. And let's just throw all of this back in. And how are we looking for the weight for the ship? Yeah, still looking okay. A decent amount of space available. Have we utilized this? Yeah, okay, we have. So we do still have quite a bit. I'm just thinking about whether or not I want to change to something different. Mix it up a little bit, you know. Sysdef formal uniform. Red pirate captain gear. I don't know, that kind of looks really nice. I feel like there's a whole bunch of other stuff that is missing. Perhaps maybe it's sitting in Azure 1 or something. Which I should actually gather. Let's switch to the pirate captain gear. Play around with that for a little bit. Okay, time to go. In fact, we should just fast travel. Make it a little bit quicker for us. Yeah, it's a very nice weapon, that Ember, so I'm really hoping that we get a chance to just keep it for ourselves. Maybe we can persuade him to give it to us, because all he wants is that it's, you know, proof that we dealt with the matter. Which, you know, technically we did, in our own way. Making some deals behind his back.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yubi was looking.
I am going to pick up a couple more missions here just to keep stuff in storage. Just in case we feel like doing something a little bit different. So we'll accept that, and... Crimson Fleet White. Okay, sure.
Mine intakes all types.
And I'm gonna buy some booze.
Got cold beers and good atmosphere. Not much more you could ask for. What's your poison?
My poison is... Oh, okay. This guy, he doesn't seem to have any wines or anything like that. All he has is like ales and whiskey. Alright, well, that's a shame.
Hey.
I wonder if I can go to our trader friend. Forget his name already.
Glad there ain't no wars.
Maybe he's got some wines that we can stash away. What's going on in here? Dr. Charlie Flynn.
Another day, another limb or digit to reattach due to an easily preventable work accident. Let me guess. You're here because you were working a cutter, accidentally nipped your thumb off, and you need me to reattach it again?
Nope. See? Thumb's still attached.
Well, that's a relief. So, what is it then? Some other workplace accident? Crushed toes? Nasty abrasion? Frostbite? Sorry. I tend to think the worst, since the overwhelming majority of my patients come here to treat entirely preventable accidents. I know it's my job to help people, and I love doing it, but I do wish they'd be a little more careful down in the mines. I'm Dr. Flynn. What can I do for you today?
Why do you think there are so many accidents around here?
I've often wondered why myself. I've got some theories. From what I hear, the equipment's supposedly not in the best shape, so that's part of it. But I also happen to know the miners can get very competitive, since their bonuses are determined by how well they exceed their quotas. So that leads to a bunch of meatheads going out of their way to avoid following safety precautions and taking shortcuts to squeeze out a little extra job performance. It's bollocks, that's what it is.
Yeah, well, that's what you get when you have company policies that sort of promote, you know, profit over everything else, including your workers' safety. So, comes up from the top, I say. If things are so bad here, why don't you open a practice elsewhere?
You know, I've been saying that going on 10 years now. You'd think I'd take me own advice, open up my own practice on a nice, safe world, maybe settle down with someone. I'd be much happier, for sure. But the truth is, the pay is exceptional here, and all these careless Egypts keep me busy. Maybe it's enough to stay with it and retire early instead.
You seem annoyed about something. Are you okay?
Bollocks. Is that how I come off now? Work's getting to me, I suppose. It's just... You see, no one on this bloody planet seems to follow basic safety precautions. It's always, Dr. Flynn, reattach me arm, or help me with this frostbite. Well, maybe if you took the time to properly dress yourself for the outside, you wouldn't be losing your fingers, you Egypt. Sorry for the rant. Just for a change, I'd rather be treating the common cold and not some horrific yet entirely preventable accident. I'll wait.
Alright, well,
Take care.
we'll leave you to it, Doc. Seems like you've got your hands full. Right, so our friend
It's
Dennis.
you, my friendo. You really saved my ham sandwich, as they say. And because of that, I can now sell lots more things to you if you'd like.
Sweet.
Hey, you buy from me, maybe I can give you the same discount I give to locals.
Well, let's see what you've got.
Take a look.
And I'm most certainly interested in any of the wine that you might have. Which... maybe... he has none? Okay, great. But he might have more work for us, so I came back to ask if you had any more work.
Ah, plenty. I've always got work to do. Oh, wait. You mean more work from me for you? As a matter of fact, I do. You know how I have that shh business on the side? Well, I could use some help acquiring more goods to sell. How would you feel about obtaining them for me?
These items wouldn't happen to be illegal, would they?
No. Well, they may not be entirely legitimate, but I assure you, they're not exactly illegal either. You'll be obtaining equipment from renegades, enemies of the settled systems. So really, you're doing everyone a favor.
Okay, right. So basically wants us to loot from Spacers, Ecliptic, and maybe Crimson Fleet or something. I'm down for that. How dangerous is this gonna be?
Well, I can't say for sure. I doubt these people will give their equipment over willingly, you see. But maybe, well, you seem the clever type. Maybe you can get in and out with no notice and they will never know. Of course, I can't say for sure. My buddy only tells me where to find them, not how to get what I need.
Sure. Well, give us the details.
Excellent, friendo. I have a buddy who gives me information on where to find renegades throughout the stars, and I will give this information to you. You will go there and get the items I need from them. One thing, though, I don't want to hear details on how you get them, but you will likely need to use force, so be careful. And try not to damage the merchandise.
Force, you say? Well, that's our specialty. Alright, thank you very much, friendo. We'll see you next time. Hopefully, maybe if we do that quest for him, he has, like, better stuff to buy, including wines. Simon!
Look who survived the devil herself. Well, either that or they decided to pay her.
Malay said she didn't want you dead. You lied to me.
Wait a minute. You spoke to that lie-weaving terramorph? You should have just outright killed her.
She wanted you alive to blackmail.
Blackmail? You think someone like her could blackmail someone like me? We're ghosts. We're nobodies. We have enough dirt on one another to bury Sidonia herself. If I were a politician or corporate executive, maybe I'd believe her. But she's a liar. You've done this galaxy a favor. So, back to business. You got the gun.
What are you gonna do with Ember?
I haven't given it much thought. The truth is, I never thought I'd see it. The only thing I know for sure is that I'm sure as hell not going to use it.
If we pay, that might actually give us the ability to keep Ember, right? So, is there a way to sort of back down and do that? I think you owe me some information now.
Just allow an old man a moment. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers?
Sweet.
I think it's time I left the past behind.
Moving on is for the best.
Let's hope you're right. Now, back to business. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself.
Any idea on what Project Dominion is?
Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big.
So you're saying I have to get the actual information myself?
Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well paid informant. Here to point you in the right direction.
Got it. Well, that's all I need.
Nice doing business with you.
Well, we got a new weapon out of that whole thing, so I'm really happy about that. Can we talk to this person further?
Don't you have a job to do now?
Any advice on getting Project Dominion?
You have his schedule now, so you decide. Maybe you steal his access card and download the files while he sleeps. Maybe you feed him a line and he hands over access on a silver platter. Just don't do anything to bring security down on your head.
What can you tell me about Stanley?
The guy thinks he's too good for Sidonia. Bit of a jerk if you ask me. Thinks he's smart, but give him the right nudge and he'll believe almost anything you say.
What sort of information is on these slates?
The data slate is Stanley's general itinerary. He keeps a routine schedule, so it's something to plan around. The audio slate recorded my first attempt to get information out of him, see if he knew anything worth selling. Obviously, it paid off. He calls out Project Dominion, but it was all the snide comments about Ryujin that told me it was valuable. Oh. And, if you listen to it, no comments on my southern accent. I'm working on it.
Interesting. Alright, well, before we end this episode, why don't we take a look at these slates and see if we can learn a little bit more from them. Yeah, okay, so this is what we're going to need to use for the downloading. This is the file on Stanley McMillan. Threat level none. Schedule 7:30 leaves Lux condos for work at Damo Star Yard, so we could maybe sneak into his condos. 11 o'clock leaves for lunch, frequents Jane's Goods. 1:30 returns to work, remains at office until day is over. 5 o'clock leaves work for the Broken Spear. 11:30 returns to the Lux condos. Okay. Lux condominiums A10. He doesn't have a ship. Alright.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. Who's even got a catchy code name? Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Interesting. Right, and that was actually a pretty decent southern accent, to be honest, so he's done some pretty good work there on his accent, so I wouldn't complain. I mean, I don't really know the first thing about, like, a American southern accent, but it seemed pretty legit to me. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to call it an episode here. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, definitely leave a like down below. But aside from that, stay true, and I hope you guys look forward to the next one. Bye-bye.